How we start our last 4 mornings. Here we go. We get a cart with cement, a post, and we're doing the front that connects to that one. So we've dug that post hole, that post hole, that post hole does have concrete in it, and our end post hole has been done. And it takes about 3 hours to set one post because I have to dig it by hand. I have the tools here, but because if I make the hole big enough to actually use the post hole digger, I use 3 or 4 bags of cement. If I mainly do it by hand, scoop by scoop, I only use 2 bags. So that's what we're going to do. So this is the last hole. It's going to go right there where that peg is. And we're going to start. First off, we measure 8 feet from our last post outside because we're going to use 8-foot beams, and we want to be pretty close to the middle, so give or take an inch or so. That's about where we want the hole to be. It's the 8-foot mark. I made a little jig here, so if I put that on, that's where the post is supposed to be, and that orange line is on the outside of everything. And that's a 4x4 post, not a 6x6. That's why the piece of wood is there, to illustrate a 6x6. So it'll be dead center of the 6x6. The last post will be a lot shorter than the rest. Okay, back to this one. So we're about there. So that's where I have to dig it. Okay, so basically I almost have to go to the fence and dig a hole. So what we do is get rid of that, and we're there. Get rid of this guy. We're right about there somewhere, and we have to go about there. We dig around that, and we'll come back a little later. First things first is we draw a little trowel circle around where we're going to dig, and it's about a 10-inch hole. So we're gonna see if we can go straight down there, and we're gonna get rid of this orange wire by using one of these. We just hook it up and hook it onto the fence somewhere out of the way, so it's out of the way. Okay, and then if I want to check my measurements, I just unhook it and bring it back down. So let's see, after we get this dug out a little bit, we'll show you the next step. And as luck would have it, when we dig a couple of inches down, we see that the hole is riddled with, it looks like a tree. So we have to get rid of that. How do we get rid of that? Well, an old trusty friend, been around for a while, big long blade on it. There we go. So let's attack that and see what happens. And with a little bit of persuasion, we get the root system out. I think that's as far down as the roots go. And we just go down from here. I have to go down 36 inches. But again, I could probably use the post hole digger for maybe a foot. But after that, I've got to take it out by hand. And it usually takes 2 to 3 hours. Okay, what's next? And just how do you dig a hole? Well, you get a big crowbar to come along, a helper, what do you want to call it, and we smash down as much as we can. We loosen up some gravel. Then, painstakingly, we reach in, we grab a handful, throw it away. Reach in, handful of rocks, throw it away. When we do this, get the rocks out, and just keep on going until you run out of arm. And so far, we're down there. So we're down about, oh, how deep are we? About 2 feet? About another foot to go. And with a little bit of perseverance, we get a 3-foot hole. Hopefully it's okay, because from the tip of my finger to my armpit is 3 feet. So I can only reach down 3 feet. So there you go. Everything else is 3 feet, so that's what came out of it. That pile there, and this pile here. One for the left hand, one for the right hand. All kinds of rocks and stones. The bad thing about this area here is when you get down so far, it's very light gravel. And as you dig down, the walls cave in. So say there was a lot of traffic in the area and I left this open, it could probably vibrate enough that it would collapse. So when I dig it, I have to fill it here with concrete. So let's put the post in. And we drop the post in and we brace it up and we're ready for concrete. There we go. It's a 10-foot post, 6-foot fence, 3 feet in the ground, 7 feet out. There we go, ready for concrete. And there you have it. 2 bags of cement mixed up and poured into the hole. And about 2/3 full. It's not bad. There you go. So the front part of the fence is ready for boarding, ready for railings, ready for the next step. Let it dry overnight and we should be okay to backfill them and go from there. So, start to finish, dig a hole, put a post in, add cement, let it dry.